everyone, this is Senua.
And this is Johannes.
And you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
And today we are taking a look at the Eastern Meachinist Jiguan. It is published by Emperor S4 and designed by Eros Lin.
It plays from 2 to 4 players in 45 to 90 minutes.
So another Emperor S4 game.
Yes.
This is a game where you are Eastern Mechanists, which was really... probably you would understand from the name of the game. You are trying to get blueprints of different mechanical beasts and then you're trying to make them with different cogs so that you are drafting from a rondel of cogs. Because that's how you go into the market and you say, I want that one. But because I want that one, you have to take a cog that's from the side of it as well. You can buy that and you need to buy 2 every round. So you are drafting, basically you're choosing a cog and choosing one cog that's right or left from it. They are randomly put out so you don't really know who is gonna come out, which number is gonna come out when. There are numbers from 1 to 5 and you're trying to put them into a 3x3 grid, and the thing you're trying to do is to put 3 of them in a row or a column or in a diagonal with matches to a blueprints in that row or column or diagonal with the same number. And when you do that, you can take another action to complete the mechanical beast, flip it over and get some bonuses like moving on different tracks like padogas, there's tracks on buildings, giving you bonuses and also end of round scorings. And you're going to get new cards, which can be missions, one-time use, and different kind of special abilities that you can use throughout the game. You're going to play until all of the cogs are taken, and you're going to do scoring. You're going to then put out more cogs, play until they're taken, score once more. At the end of that, the player with the most points is the winner of Jiguan.
Yes.
Every game needs gameplay, but it also needs a rulebook. So first, let's look at the rulebook. Huh?
Yay.
Good transition there. This is another pretty simple game. It has like 7, 8, 10 pages of rules. Not too much to be asked here, really. It's pretty straightforward. I could read it once and understand basically how the game worked. You had some problems understanding the flow of the game because I taught it to you basically pretty quickly because I was going to play something else. So I didn't get to do like the thorough rule explanation that I usually do. But when you got into it, it was kind of a simple to play, right?
Yeah, it was like a little overwhelming at first because it feels kind of abstract.
Yes.
And then like how you're going to do it and which order, it isn't self-explanatory because it's not a strong theme to like tie it to or stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I actually flipped through the rule book and I found most of the answers that
pretty quickly,
I needed. Yeah.
Also like this has like, for example, more like we just did review of Trial of Temples. This has more kind of symbols because there's more cards that you can get, which has a lot of different like abilities. So to understand those, there's kind of more to get into here.
Yeah.
For that, so it's more like you need to reference it because you can't remember everything.
Yeah, I think this is a more complex game.
Yeah,
Trial of the Temples.
Especially like it's more because of those different things that you have to remember. I feel.
Yes.
So yeah, what do you think about artwork and components for Jiguan?
I think they're nice. I think like the mechanical beasts have taken some inspiration from Horizon Zero Dawn here, maybe?
I don't know, like it's a common thing to do to make these mechanical beasts, mechanical animals, robots of animals is.
It's mostly just like cardboard tokens and cards, but they look like informative. There's no problems with it. It's fine. It's fine.
High price. There's no problems with it.
No, but it's not that much artwork. Like, wow, looks amazing. And most of the things in the game is related to gameplay.
Yes, but I do think it looks nice. Like the board with the cogs and the little airship that you have on there, that looks nice. Nothing spectacular, but it looks fine, and you will probably look at the table and be like, oh, this looks intriguing.
Yeah.
Because it looks kind of cool with the cogs that are, looks like cogs, which would be strange if they didn't.
Yeah, I like that the cogs looks like cogs. So you know that you're getting cogs.
So another quote. There's nothing wrong with it, and the cogs look like cogs.
Yay.
Board Gaming Ramblings. Like that's going to be on the box next printing.
Oh yeah.
So
looking forward to that.
We play this with 2 and 3 players.
Yes.
You played it 3 players without me, and I played 3 players without you.
Yeah.
But the game took about 1 hour with 2. We took about 1 hour and 10 minutes when we played with 3. I think your game took a little bit longer because it took a while to get into it because I wasn't there to be able to teach it flawlessly.
Yes.
So you took a bit more to get into the games. I think your game took like 1 hour and 20 minutes or something like that.
It feels like really fast when we played it, because you will play something else at the same time, and we were just like, oh, this flies by so fast. How aren't we like getting done like much before you? And we finished at the same time.
Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't feel like it's outstays its welcome. It feels like it's a nice puzzle for what it is.
Yeah, I agree.
Because this is in its core a puzzle game.
It is.
You want to puzzle getting the cards, of course, with different missions and this will also be scorings on the back of them, different colors which will score. What is really cool is that some of the colors score at the beginning of the game, some score at the end of the game, and also you have this core puzzle of the cogs, the 3x3 grid, where you put those out and you try to, every time you like complete a beast, you have to remove 2 of the cogs. So you're trying to do the way that you can complete the most animals without having to take as many cogs. So you're trying to like keep some so you can use it again, or maybe use it even one more time to be able to do that. You will get energy when you match out these cogs because they have numbers, and each number is also a color. So when you correspond that to the beast that you have, both the completed one and the blueprints, you will get energy. And energy is kind of like the mana that we talked about in Trial of the Temples. Really important that you can do like free actions to turn into money. You can use money to buy new blueprints. You can use energy to buy new cards. You can also use the money to basically make it up different, the number you need to complete the blueprint. So if you need a 10 and you have like 9 and you have completed the row of 3, you can put 1 coin on it, and now it could be either a 9 or an 11.
Yeah.
Which is really neat.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. So I like it. I like the play count that I've played with.
3 players, 2 players.
Yeah.
Worked well. So what do you think about replayability?
Yeah, I think it's there, and
It's there. You can play it more than once.
Okay, you have some special abilities that you can choose to play with, and I think that ups the replayability.
Yes.
Other than that, there's not that much variability. It's some on what cards comes out and what. Because when you finish a blueprint, you can go up on the blue pagoda.
Yeah.
And you can also take the cards corresponding to the blue column.
Yeah.
And that also, like, what cards that are available to you make you go for some kind of different strategies. But other than that, yeah, it's kind of the same.
Yeah, you have to enjoy the core puzzle here, basically. Like the drafting is the interaction part where you're like, oh no, you took that one that I really wanted to. But other than that, it's going to feel like kind of the same game. Going to change up a little bit depending on the setup, but the variable setup here isn't really changing it that much. So I think like you can play this maybe 4 or 5 times, and if you play it there, you probably will feel that you have exhausted the exploration aspect. So if you still like it after that, you will of course be able to play it and enjoy it. I don't think that like there's a lot to explore here. I don't think there's like a lot of different strategies. Basically it is, you have to build the mechanical beasts, and you're trying to do that in the best way that scores you the most points.
Yeah.
And that's basically what you're trying to do. You cannot do any other strategy than that.
No, that's true, actually.
So that is basically the only strategy in the game.
Yeah.
So what do you want to, should we go to final thoughts?
I think
Anything
I
you
want to
wanna
talk a little more about the gameplay, because I really like when you're transitioning from the first round
Yes.
to the second. Then the player that picks up the last cog gets the airship, and that is 5 points.
Yes.
You also get it at the end of the game.
Yeah.
If you're the last player, and then every other player gets a last turn. And I think that is really interesting when you want the turn to end and who's ending the turn. Because when you're finishing your blueprint, you don't take any cogs. And also you want those 5 points, but you might also want to say an extra turn. You get it? Yeah. So I think that's really interesting. So let's go to final thoughts then.
Yeah, because like there isn't too much to say about this game. Like the core interesting thing here is the puzzle of the cogs, which I really enjoy. But it feels like, other than that, like that feels kind of new and fresh. Other than that, it feels kind of like not too interesting to me. Like I enjoy it's kind of tight. I enjoy the drafting of the cogs, but there's nothing really new or nothing really like thing that drags me into it. For me, I like this less than Trial of the Temples because it has a lot of the interaction which makes that game different, and it had this different core system which made it a lot more interesting. This is a nice, fine game, but nothing spectacular, nothing that I will miss, nothing that I will seek out to play again. So I'm going to give it a 6. I think it's a fine game, but nothing amazing and nothing I will be sad to never play again if I don't. But I won't even be sad if I want to play it again. Like if somebody wants to play it, I will play it. Not something I want to seek out. Good game, not amazing. Jiguan. For me, a 6.
Yeah. I feel like that about Corset. I really enjoyed this game, but it's not a game that I will have close in my heart. It doesn't bring up this like, wow, I really like this. This is so cool. I don't get that feeling, but it's a solid game.
It is.
And I really like finding those 2 cogs that I need and placing them to both get the most like energy out of them, but also completing the blueprints in the most efficient way, and also like trying to find the cards that is best for me, and also trying to move up on the temples that gives me the moist points. Moist points. Yes.
You know we love our moist points.
Yeah, you know it. So I'm also going to give it a 6.
So
it's a fine game.
It is, absolutely. Now, I have to say again, like, Emperor S4, I still haven't played a bad Emperor S4 game.
Yeah.
Like, they made really solid games. Not all of them are really great, but all of them are super, super solid. And I think, like, if you haven't played Emperor S4 games, or if you haven't heard about them, I think you should check them out because they make some absolutely great games. And that's the end of another video.
Yes.
Cool. If you're still here, please subscribe. And if you want to support us, please check out our Patreon page, which you can find in the description. And that's that. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Johannes.
And I'm Senua.
And you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and bye-bye.